I want to get on and get busy with the wallpaper, the little pieces where it's come off. So I've got three things to work with. One, a paintbrush. Two, some glue that I've mixed up. It comes in a powder form, and all you do is mix it with hot water, and then you can bottle it and it'll last a while. And the other, a little bit of masking tape. Oh, and there is a fourth one, a piece of rag that you can damp and tidy off with. So let's get busy. I'll show you the first one. Now, this paper here on this windowsill is really, really bad. It's been cut in around this wood, and the plaster behind has been all crumbling away. But the paper is still there. It is a bit bouncy and it doesn't want to stay back. So first of all, I'll just clean out any dust that I possibly can. And with this one there's quite a bit. Like that. Now that I've got a good smooth dust-free sort of surface, I'm going to put some glue into it and try to glue it back. Got a healthy glob of glue on the brush, and let's go up, try and get all the edges in, like that. Get a little more glue. We'll layer it on, just put a little more for good measure, just because we simply don't want this not to stick. Now there are parts where the plaster has crumbled away under here, and I don't know if it's going to adhere to that, but we'll have to see. So we'll put that down, and then we'll go and we'll try and stick it back. Now this is actually hasn't stayed too badly, but there are some spots, as you can see, that are quite resistant to lying flat. Now I'm not too worried if there are gaps, because I can come back with filler and fill these gaps. But what is important is around these edges, these pieces lay flat. Because if I can't get them to lay flat, I'm going to have to trim them, which would be quite a pity. Now that I've done the smaller bits of wallpaper lying around, the next job is all the way up there, where it's hanging in bags. Lots of work to do up there. Okay, let's just have a look and see what needs to be done here. Now, this is quite hanging down here. I can see a little bit along the edge. The paint has stuck it together, so I can't access it underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my craft knife, small little craft knife, and I'm going to cut along the edge here so I can release it. That should be far enough. Let's just see now. There we are. That's a little better. Let's fold it over nicely. And I can see, yes, it's very loose over here, and it's quite loose over there. So now I need to get my paintbrush and just try and brush away all the loose flaky paint and glue that's underneath here. And it's, don't know if you can see it, but there's quite a lot that's coming down from the surface here. And we'll get in behind these two as well. That's actually not too bad. Oh, this is along here. I'll need the craft knife just to slit this up a bit. So, get the craft knife, just cut that open there. Let's just separate that. Because it goes quite far back here. See, I'm taking out all sorts of stuff like this. Then I'll get my paintbrush again and just clear it away. Make it nice and clean all the way along. Now this is going a little further than I thought, so it's probably going out of the camera at the moment. But the big thing is to try and get as much of it that is loose falling off and to clean it underneath so that you can get rid of all the debris and loose bits that are flaking behind it here on the... And you know what? This feels like quite a solid roof under here. But there we are. That's all off now. Now we must get the other paintbrush and some glue and let's put it together. Okay, I've got my glue brush and I've got my glue, and as we did before, let's plaster and see what happens. Okay, now I've got it on. Let's try and stick it down. Just working from the far ends towards the centre, towards the edge where it came, or from the centre towards the end, until it's all in. Like that, that's quite nice. Let me get my cloth and just work it in nicely. Always from the centre towards the edge. Now the ceiling is a little uneven in this spot, but that's okay. The wallpaper has stuck to it, and that is the main thing. So we'll just push it together like this. There we are. That's pretty good. Now I've got a couple more pieces of wallpaper to do, and then we'll be back.